that is actually, as a newer, younger player, that's the point. So yes, you're newer, you're younger, you don't have skills and experience yet. I get that. So you may not know exactly what to do when you're out here. The only thing you can do is the best you know how to do. So make the best decisions that make the most sense to you in the moment, in a certain play or a situation. Make the best decisions that make sense to you and just deal with the consequences. Are you going to make mistakes? Yes, but that is actually, as a newer, younger player, that's the point. Expose your mistakes so that you can learn from that. Make the best decisions you know how to make in the moment, which means you're gonna make mistakes, which means the more mistakes you make, the more you know you have to improve upon. And the harder you play, as smartly as you know how to play, you're going to reveal and expose as many of those mistakes as possible. Now, I know there are players out there who are going like, no, I don't want to let everybody see how much I suck and all of the mistakes that I make. Like, I want to hide that from everybody so nobody sees my mistakes and my weaknesses so they can't use it against me. You're new, you're young, you still have so much more to learn. It's clear as day to the average intermediate player out here that you're new, young, inexperienced, you have all of that to learn. You're not fooling anybody. You're not hiding your weaknesses from anybody as much as you may want to or think that you are. You're just not. And the reason for that is not because you suck, but because everybody else has already been through the process that you're currently going through. So instead of trying to hide your weaknesses and your mistakes, just lay them all out. Just let everybody, most importantly yourself, see, know, experience your weaknesses and your mistakes so that the more you see, the more you can experience, thus the more you can learn and improve from. That's why I say play absolutely as hard as you can, as smartly as you can, so that you're exposing as many mistakes, problems, weaknesses as you can. Yes, there will be embarrassment from all of that exposure, all of those weaknesses and mistakes, but when you ask pretty much most player who's has a ton of experience out here, and you ask them, what's most memorable to you in terms of basketball? They will usually always tell you about the failures they had, the mistakes that they made. Because when things go well and you play well out here and you do good things, it feels great in the moment when it's happening, but it doesn't stick. It doesn't resonate because the failures, the weaknesses, the mistakes, the obstacles you have to overcome, that once you eventually do overcome them, that's the stuff that sticks. That's the stuff that resonates. So usually the mistakes and the weaknesses that get exposed are the stuff that you remember most, the most vividly, that are the clearest in your mind, because eventually you will put in the work to earn overcoming them. But if you give up or you try to hide your mistakes and your weaknesses from everyone around you all the time, especially in competition, you're cheating yourself out of those learning opportunities. So instead of running away from the embarrassment, instead of running away from the frustration, just push through, fight through those emotions so you can expose yourself, your weaknesses, your failures, your mistakes as much as possible so that you can learn as much as possible. That is the bottom line of why losing is the best way for newer, younger players to get better at basketball.